You and I, TED, the world will be a better place, you know? As it pulls from my pen, pain pulls from my heart. Knowing there's kids somewhere that actually starve. Take the time out, close your eyes, just picture this. No color, no hate, nemesis or differences. TV is filling me with scenes of negativity, but we can control it if we cooperate willingly. We came a long way, but got so much further to go. Guns kill, but hatred destroys us the most. And the problem could never be solved, you see. Human rights define the word equality. If we don't respect and love each other, we're just living a lie. Because united starts with you and I, you feel me?
You and I, TED, a better place this world would be. We're all in this game, can't you see? We're all a part of this family tree. You and I, TED, a better place this world would be. We're all in this game, can't you see? We're all a part of this family tree.
We all are born free and equal, free to walk and free to talk, free to dance, free to jump and free to prance. And what I'm saying, gotta keep it together, no matter how bad the weather. It will be alright, keep it tight, cause we all got our freedom rights every day, from the night to the broad daylight. Don't discriminate, learn to appreciate, so you don't have to imitate. Don't be the one to hate, it's never too late. You got the right to life, innocent to prove it, guilty you can say what you like. Gotta get the education, don't throw it away. Know your human rights, cause it can help you someday.
You and I, TED, a better place this world would be. We're all in this game, can't you see? We're all a part of this family tree. You and I, TED, a better place this world would be. We're all in this game, can't you see? We're all a part of this family tree.
Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's virtual event in support of the United Nations World Day of Social Justice. This year's theme is a call for social justice in the digital economy, and the United Nations has expressed that this year's commemoration supports efforts by the international community to search for solutions to achieve sustainable development, poverty eradication, the promotion of full employment and gainful employment, universal social protection, gender equality, and access to social well-being, and justice for all. While we may have different ways to support the UN's initiative, we can certainly start by following our conscience to be kind and respectful of others, which ultimately could guide us to make decisions that have a great positive impact for someone else. Today, we'll be hearing from friends around the world and their ideas on how we can remove barriers that people face because of gender, age, race, ethnicity, religion, culture, or disability to achieve social justice. To begin, we would like to invite Dr. Hong Taozi, President of the Federation of World Peace and Love, to share with us his insights and experience on this topic.
Distinguished guests, good friends, ladies and gentlemen, good day. Welcome to the World Day of Social Justice celebration hosted by the Federation of World Peace and Love. I would like to extend our gratitude to the many world leaders and visionaries that sent their warm wishes to us at the beginning of the year and the recognition of FOWPAL's continued efforts in spreading love, peace, and conscience globally. In recent years, more and more people have stepped forward and voiced their support for social justice. Their advocacy is heartening. However, this also implies there are still issues that urgently need of resolution worldwide. The United Nations General Assembly recognizes that social justice is indispensable for the achievement and maintenance of world peace and security. Therefore, it declared February 20th as the World Day of Social Justice, hoping that everyone's rights and fundamental freedoms will be honored and protected, and that universal social justice will be realized. The pursuit of social justice for all is at the core of the United Nations global mission of promoting global development and human dignity. Social justice is an underlying principle for peaceful and prosperous coexistence within and among nations. It aims to improve individual well-being through equal rights, equal opportunity, and equal treatment. The social justice principles involve resource distribution, equal treatment, participation, diversity, and fundamental human rights. Among these, human rights are the most important factor to ensure that all, regardless of gender, age, ethnicity, culture, religion, or disability, enjoy human rights. With the premise that human rights should be respected, a sound and equitable social system can be built. Social justice and the UN's 17 Sustainable Development Goals are closely related. For example, Goal 1, no poverty. Goal 5, gender equality. Goal 8, decent work and economic growth. And Goal 10, reduce inequalities. The core content of these goals is social justice. Today, more than ever, we rely on one another and our collective efforts to enhance the protection of global human rights and social justice. It is encouraging to see that many countries have adopted the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights and committed to respecting the civil, economic, political, cultural, and legal rights of individuals. Governments, businesses, and civil society all bear responsibility in promoting social equality and social justice. A government is responsible for enacting laws that treat everyone equally. A business should create a work environment with equal pay, equal opportunity, and equal treatment. Civil society, including non-governmental organizations, also play a vital role in promoting social justice. FOWPAL has been dedicated to promoting harmony among people and among countries through dialogues of love and peace and exchanges of conscience-driven cultures to advance human rights and social justice. A systematic change can be difficult and slow, since it must wrestle against a system dominated by the privileged and those with vested interests. However, that does not mean it cannot be achieved. We should keep an open mind, raise awareness of social justice, work to make conscience education take root, and respect human rights while promoting and safeguarding social equality, fairness, and justice with conscience. The causes for social inequality and injustice may differ. They do have one thing in common: actions not guided by conscience. Therefore, promoting a culture of conscience is at the core of upholding social justice. Let a culture of conscience nourish people's hearts, allowing them to exercise their conscience while conducting themselves in their daily lives. We are all world citizens and members of our society. Each of us bears responsibilities to redress injustice and defend human rights and justice. People need to uncover issues with a broader and more open mindset to understand all perspectives, as well as reconcile and balance social justice with conscience. Only by following their conscience can people reveal ongoing injustices, for conscience enables them to see others suffering and gives them courage to step forward and support social justice. The COVID-19 pandemic has wreaked havoc on the worldwide economy and has exacerbated the existing disparities everywhere. While it is not easy to reform an existing system to ensure that medical care resources are accessible to all, it is relatively simple and important to start with and change oneself. Through the internet, FOWPAL has been sharing a manual about disease prevention and health protection, as well as a video titled 5 Do's, 3 Don'ts, and 6 Tips Worldwide. With the pandemic still raging, these demonstrate, from concept to action, how we can protect ourselves from the virus and stop feeling nervous or worried. We encourage people to work together to face and overcome the challenges with courage. As the core of social justice, conscience is a criterion to distinguish right from wrong, good from bad, true from false, and just from unjust. Please remember, while pursuing social justice, one should not abandon conscience or love. Our words and actions of love and conscience reflect that we are learning from divine selflessness, and they can make positive impacts on society and the world, creating a virtuous cycle. With good culture comes good education. With good education comes good economy. Conscience and education are especially important in the implementation of social justice. That is the motivation behind FOWPAL's effort to promote the culture of peace with love and conscience, which are instrumental in the UN's designation of April 5th as the International Day of Conscience. On July 25th, 2019, the International Day of Conscience is the day of conscience for all humanity. During the pandemic, FOWPAL has and will continue to host virtual events each month in support of various UN days to continue bringing together friends and leaders from all walks of life in the world, inspiring them to share and exchange words of conscience. These efforts serve to remind and encourage everyone that conscience is the wellspring of love and peace. Everyone can be a person of conscience, and every day can be a day of conscience. Once again, thank you for joining us today. Let us strengthen our conscience and create a network of acts of kindness to construct a society that is more just and peaceful, as well as a genuine era of conscience filled with love and harmony. Thank you all. I wish you good health, happiness, and success.
We appreciate Dr. Hong's insights and his emphasis that social justice and the UN's 17 Sustainable Development Goals are closely related. As Dr. Hong said, only by following their conscience can people reveal ongoing injustices, because conscience enables them to see others suffering and gives them courage to step forward and support social justice. Many world leaders have sent in messages to wish Dr. Hong Daozi and FOWPAL a Happy New Year. They have also shown support for this important day by wishing today's event a great success. Let's take a look. We are very pleased that many of FOWPAL's dear friends, individuals who have dedicated their lives to enacting social justice, could join our panel today to share their own wisdom and experiences on how to achieve social justice with conscience. Let us welcome our friends and their video messages.
Good day, everyone. My name is Lana Conaway, the Assistant Superintendent of Equity and Student Affairs for the Palo Alto Unified School District in the U.S. Today is World Social Justice Day, and I am so pleased to share my message of hope and progress as we work together to ensure that we do our part to open the doors of equal access and opportunity to everyone, regardless of their demographics or social background. The purpose of this day is to recognize that social inequality still persists and the harm of that injustice is experienced in ways that are detrimental to individuals and to society. The worldwide pandemic has highlighted yet again how social injustices play out in our communities and across the world, and just how harmful it can be to communities of color, immigrants, those in poverty, and many other marginalized communities. I call on our collective humanity to be a part of the solution. We have the power to see and to be a global force for equity. We must all hear the call to action and become allies and co-conspirators for change. Be an ally and actively choose to stand for and with marginalized communities by taking tangible, ongoing action steps to dismantle systems of oppression. Be a co-conspirator and stand up and actively push against the status quo. You can do that by recognizing that you may have privilege that creates a blind spot and understanding the conditions and experiences that affect marginalized communities. I encourage you to listen to others, educate yourself so that you will have the language, the tools, and the information to be proactive in dismantling systems of oppression. Join local groups and become an activist by talking and writing to government leaders. Speak up against injustice. When someone says something hateful or ignorant, call them out and then call them in. Silence allows oppression to continue. Silence allows inequity. And even when the work gets difficult, stand fast, stay engaged. Oppression is constant, and marginalized people do not have the privilege of walking away from it. So none of us should walk away. Also, go to paequitychallenge.com. That's paequitychallenge.com to join the Palo Alto 21-Day Equity Challenge. This website has numerous resources to educate and engage you in the concepts and work of social justice. You can work with the material at your own pace. You can take 21 days straight and do something for 15 minutes each day. The choice is yours, but just engage. And finally, if you do nothing else, try your best for humanity to do no harm. Thank you. And happy World Social Justice Day.
Hello. I believe the way in which consciousness can reduce racial inequalities is for us as a people to become more aware of ourselves, others, and the world around us, particularly through the lens of race. We live in a society that is so highly racialized, one in which the lived experiences of those who exist in it are profoundly impacted by the color of their skin. However, we also live in a society that likes to turn a blind eye to that truth, one that paints a picture of a nation where everyone is treated equally and has the same opportunities for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And while there are many who believe that to be true, the data, the lived experiences tell us something quite different. And what it tells us is that race matters. Race is the most fundamental predictor in understanding life opportunities as well as life challenges. And so it is imperative that more people do the intentional and deliberate work of becoming more color conscious and not show up in this place of color blindness. Color blindness allows us to not have to take accountability to doing the challenging work of interrupting social injustices. Color consciousness empowers us to lean in and be a part of creating the change that we want to see. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, greetings from Malaysia. Today we celebrate the Day of Equality and World Day of Social Justice. I'm Hafizul, Chairman of World Philosophical Forum Malaysia National Branch, and I'm honored to be with all of you today, and thank you very much for the organizer, Federations of World Peace and Love FOWPAL, for inviting me to join together. I'm proud that the topic of today is social justice. This is one of essential topics that the humanity needs to resolve in this century. Why is it important? Because it involves the development of people. What is the most essential of the world is the people. The people create the world, and for the next stage for humanity to move further in terms of development and civilizations is for us to have the equality in terms of access of wealth and education. There is two poverty in this world, which is wealth and education. This is stated similar to the United Nations Sustainability Plan as a solution. What is really important for every individual citizen of the world and to enjoy and access similar opportunity throughout the world, because equal opportunity to access wealth and education will give humanity the highest potential possible for us to develop further in terms of knowledge, skills, and wisdom. So this means that the world will become a better world. But sadly, the world that we are living currently, there is a lot of area and people which do not have similar access of wealth and education. So I am excited today that our gathering and the event today will be able to discuss further deeply, and provide the solutions and guidelines to the world in order for us to move further and add value as social movements of the world. I'm with WPF Malaysia National Branch are in support and full support to the movement of social justice of the world, especially to FOWPAL. We will participate and looking forward for the future celebrations and spreading the awareness and establish social justice in the country, Asia Pacific, and the world.
I am with you and we are together with you in Malaysia. We are looking forward to extract the juice of today's event and let's celebrate the day of equality. And because humanity are created the same and the opportunity that comes with it need to be the same too. Let's enjoy today. See you during session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bonjour, je suis Chantal Timan, cofondatrice de Behave, Enfance et Éducation Afrique. Alors, c'est quoi la justice sociale? Il faut se rendre compte que tous les humains naissent égaux. Donc, la justice sociale, c'est de donner l'opportunité à chaque humain de pouvoir bénéficier de façon égalitaire aux progrès sociaux et économiques qui se manifestent dans notre monde. Alors, si on veut réellement promouvoir la justice sociale, c'est vrai, il faut jouer sur les aspects économiques, mais il faut surtout se rendre compte que l'humain doit pouvoir retrouver sa dignité. Être digne signifie pouvoir, oui, vivre de façon modeste, parlons économiquement, mais surtout pouvoir s'exprimer, pouvoir jouir de ses droits. Et justement, la justice sociale et la justice climatique ont cela en commun. Ils travaillent tous pour un monde égalitaire. Et il n'y a pas meilleur endroit pour pouvoir créer ce socle dans la communauté qu'en les inculquant justement chez les plus jeunes, chez des enfants, pour que demain, ces enfants soient réellement des individus éduqués à la citoyenneté mondiale. En travaillant ainsi, nous sommes sûrs que nous allons avancer petit à petit pour pouvoir atteindre réellement les ODD et espérer vivre dans un monde juste, dans un monde égalitaire, dans un monde social, dans un monde solidaire, dans un monde responsable. Je vous remercie.
We hope that through these testimonials, you'll see the breadth of the need for social justice advocacy. As Dr. Hong said, systematic changes can be difficult and slow. However, when we start from within and find ways to exercise conscience in our daily lives, we make change. To facilitate this daily process, we have created an interactive conscience calendar.
We designate February as the month of culture. The language of a nation provides us important clues to its good culture, and a good culture embodies the essence of conscience. In February, you will be invited to explore 14 different languages through our interactive calendar. As you understand the languages and cultures of the world, you will also learn the positive values of respect and appreciation while embracing the world with conscience, love, and peace. We will feature a popular puzzle game. A new language challenge will show up every 2 days. You will be invited to complete the puzzle with the fewest steps you can take. When you succeed, the first word, conscience, will appear in the day's language. To learn the second and third words, love and peace, press the reset button and complete the puzzle 2 more times. You can listen to the pronunciation repeatedly to learn the words. Within days, you will be able to learn 3 different words from a brand new language. Whoa! Remember, the fewer steps you take to complete the puzzle, the higher your ranking. At the same time, be sure to give encouraging words on the message board every day to bring positive energy to yourself and friends all over the world. With this, we can continue to do good and make this world a better place. So come on, let's learn some new languages and cultures together this month. Woohoo!
Conscience.
I hope that you'll agree that this is a great tool. Not only does it serve as a tool to track our self-improvement, but it also creates opportunities for self-improvement with the fun puzzles and opportunities to learn new languages from other people that are also using it worldwide. Speaking of voices from around the world, we have gathered messages from additional social justice advocates. Let's see what they have to say.
Nations General Assembly, on the initiative of Nurj Jinbrav, then the ambassador to the UN of Kyrgyzstan, has proclaimed February the 20th as the World Day of Social Justice, with an emphasis on the reduction of poverty. The People's Revolution against poverty has had its share of victories. Life expectancy at birth has risen in many developing countries. Education for some has resulted in rising incomes, but such education still has left the uneducated further behind. Economic growth does not help the poor when the distribution of wealth is highly unequal. The poor in many countries do not enjoy the benefits of a strong economy, but they shoulder the costs when there is an economic recession. As traditional family or clan-based welfare systems decline without new government-funded institutions put into place, many people are marginalized. The term "the People's Revolution" was officially used by Henry A. Wallace, then Vice President of the United States, in setting out U.S. war aims in 1942. This was the first time that the war aims of a state were not stated in terms limited to the national interest of that state. Wallace, who had first been the Secretary of Agriculture and who had had to deal with the severe depression facing U.S. agriculture during the 1930s, was proposing a worldwide New Deal based on the cooperative action of all humanity. Wallace said, "The People's Revolution is on the march. When the freedom-loving people march, when the farmers have an opportunity to buy land at reasonable prices and to sell the produce of their land through their own organizations, when workers have the opportunity to form unions and bargain through them collectively, and when the children of all people have an opportunity to attend schools which teach them truths of the real world in which they live, when these opportunities are open to everyone, the world moves straight ahead. The people are on the march toward ever fuller freedom, toward manifesting here on earth the dignity that is in every human soul." Today, in the demands of liberty, work, dignity, which was the cry of Tunisians demanding change in Tunisia, we hear the worldwide demands of farmers to own land under sure conditions, to receive a fair price for their crops, as well as the right to organize to protect their interests. We hear the cries of industrial and urban workers to be able to organize and to have their work appreciated for its full value. We hear the demands of students and the young for an education that opens minds and prepares for meaningful work. The People's Revolution is a wave of all moving together with deep currents below the surface. Often the tide moves with only a few visible waves, but the aspirations are collective. There are two aspects to the People's Revolution for social justice. The first is to remove current obstacles. We advance social justice when we remove barriers that people face because of gender, age, ethnicity, religion and belief, sexual orientation and citizenship. In addition to removing barriers, social justice requires developing institutions such as cooperatives, trade unions, neighborhood groups, and humanitarian development associations. The World Day of Social Justice is a call to all who believe in building rather than destroying, and who embrace diversity as a means of progress rather than as a threat.
everyone. I'm Naz Farhana, founder president of Dhaka Women Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Today is 20th February 2021 as we observe World Day on Social Justice organized by FOWPAL. I want to thank Dr. Han for taking this initiative on virtual platform. Let us check out all the differences amongst nations in serving human beings or giving social justice. Social justice is a preamble, it's a parameter where human beings should be treated equally. Then let there be equality amongst men, women, poor, rich, everyone in the society. Justice should not be denied. There must be a happier nation. Think of future generation. Let us fight out all the inequalities and work together unitedly to give social justice to all human beings. Happy World Human Day of Social Justice. Thank you, Dr. Han.
Hello, this is Dr. Juari from Surabaya, Indonesia. I would like to express my gratitude to all of you, the people around the world. Today, exactly February the 20th, we are celebrating our World Day of Social Justice. Social justice is the view that everyone deserves equal economic, political, and social rights and opportunities. In this case, everyone, the whole nation around the world, has the right to get a job. Everyone, the whole nation around the world, has the right to get involved in politics. Everyone around the world also has their social rights and opportunities. Social workers aim to open the doors of access and opportunities for everyone, particularly those in the greatest need. Social justice, therefore, encompasses economic justice because we try to enhance the equality among the nation. Okay, let's celebrate our World Day of Social Justice. Thank you very much.
Dear friends, dear world citizens, dear beloved FOWPAL family, I'm so happy to feel all of you through distances. My name is Nina Goncharova. I'm from Russia, Siberia. My life, like yours, has been devoted to creating the transition into a happy new future. Please accept my modest input into this wonderful event. This is our input into this virtual event in celebration of World Day of Social Justice. My topic is Key to Social Justice. Are you ready to fly? Can you imagine the world where social justice, unity, love and peace is here? Impossible in this crucial situation. I'll surprise you. The worse the better. Once, in the midst of a hard life, a divine gift happened to me. It brought me to enlightenment, awakening to who I am. It was born out of the hardest situation. A completely new path in my life started. The situation on the planet is a hard one, isn't it? But it brings awakening to entire humanity. It is for entering a new path. We are at the end of the path of self-destruction. We are on the edge of the abyss. And we have a challenge to fall into the abyss or to fly over it together. You may ask how? The key is within us, within everybody, you and me. How does it work? By melting hatred and violence within. It leads to social justice and one humanity, learning to live together in the nature as one family, sharing skills for life and following the true eternal path. The UN, world citizens as humans, can take part in it. The key is within everybody and all of us. What will we choose? To fall down or to fly? I do hope that we will choose to fly over the abyss and create a divine path of love, peace, and conscience. I envision a bell of peace reverberating all over a new earth.
Since early 2020, many jobs have transitioned to remote working arrangements due to the COVID-19 pandemic. There may be injustices in this transition that we must attempt to address and decrease. While we become aware to ensure justice, we must also continue to take care of our physical and mental health. At the beginning of the program, Dr. Hong mentioned the video title, 5 Do's, 3 Don'ts, and 6 Tips. We'd now like to share the tips with you. Let's take a look.
As the COVID-19 pandemic continues, we need to take preventative measures to stop the spread. Here are the 5 do's and 3 don'ts, as well as the 6 tips to help you stay safe and healthy. The 5 do's are: wash your hands, drink more warm water, do more exercise, be happy, and be more careful. The 3 don'ts are: don't lose your temper, don't worry, and don't be anxious. The other 6 tips are: wash your hands frequently, wear a face mask, practice social distancing, stay mentally positive, avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth, and increase your lung capacity with breathing exercises. Make sure you follow these tips to keep yourself and others safe. Together, we can get through this.
We must remember to use these tips daily to release our bodies and mind of any stress that has gathered as a result of the pandemic. Personally, I like to take deep breaths and visualize areas of my body that are tensed and exhale as I imagine letting go of the tension. It helps me stay happy. Now, with a relaxed body and mind, I'm ready to take in some more great feedback from our friends. Let's welcome our speakers.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Congratulations to all of you on the Day of Social Justice. It's an international day celebrated across the world to promote social justice and to tackle the issues which include poverty, unemployment, gender equality, social protections, and human rights. The purpose of this day is to educate the public on the issues of common concern, to mobilize political will, and to exercise and to understand the issues of common concern, as well as to celebrate the achievements of humanity. Well-being can be achieved through the provision of essential needs, as well as the protection of weak and vulnerable, and the equitable distribution of resources. Let's work together and make this world a better place for everyone. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Hello, my name is Violetta Martin, and I want to thank Dr. Hung for inviting me today to talk and say a little speech about social justice. I am very thankful to my parents that came from another country. We are Mexican, and because this country gave us the opportunity, I was given the opportunity to have a different and better life. I believe we should give the opportunity to people that deserve to be in this country. And I want to thank you for fighting for social justice and for ending with division and for ending with racism, that we all come together as one. Because we all fit in this world, there is a piece where we all could fit with our differences. But we need to know that we come and we are one in the heart. And if we are connected to the source, we understand where our purpose is in life. I want to thank you again.
Greetings from India. FOWPAL deserves appreciation for celebrating the UN World Day of Social Justice on 20th February. This special day is an international day recognizing the need to plead, project, and promote the concept of social justice. Over the past decade, might is right is dominating in the contemporary scenario, although it is largely accepted that social development and social justice are indispensable for the achievement and maintenance of peace and security. A level of discrimination, exploitation, and oppression is yet prevailing in this system. Now, the question arises, what can be done in such a complex situation? We find that the crisis of consensus and confrontation is taking place in the society, state, and system. In such a situation, it becomes our duty to create awareness and coordination between organizations from local, regional to international levels. The same will enhance the applicability of policies and boost a culture for people to become open-minded and act decent to others. As per the United Nations agenda for the World Day of Social Justice 2021, the solution can be found by encouraging the international community to search for ways to achieve sustainable development, poverty eradication, the promotion of full employment and decent work, universal social protection, gender equality, and access to social well-being and justice for all. In this context, I wish to motivate each individual to celebrate this day by promising themselves to find solutions for the existing scenario from every part of the world, each level of their organizations, and in all possible manners, so that we can accomplish this goal together. We can. Jai Hind.
Hola, buenas tardes, mi nombre es Aaron y pues estamos acá en la boda de Rudy y Brian Styles, estamos muy contentos y hablemos de social justice. Primero que todo, Dr. Hong, muchas gracias por darnos la oportunidad de estar acá hablando de social justice o justicia social, que es lo más importante y lo que todos tenemos que saber. Que más que nada de ser individuales, más que nada de ser uno a uno, tenemos la conciencia y tenemos el deber de ayudarnos unos a los otros con justicia social. ¿Qué es justicia social? Todo lo que tenga que ver con leyes, todo lo que tenga que ver con la conciencia y los derechos que todos tenemos. Así que pónganse a estudiar y háblense uno con el otro. Y remember, we all are one.
Thank you to all of our friends who have sent in their kind wishes and video messages in support of our effort to promote social justice with conscience. We all bear the responsibility to redress injustice and defend human rights and justice. With a willing heart, we can achieve many great things together. The second International Day of Conscience is just around the corner. We welcome you to share your inspirational stories of being guided by conscience. You can submit your story to ICDAY at FOWPAL.org through writing, video, original art, original music, or even animation. We have also initiated an 8 Weeks of Kindness challenge on social media. Each week will be a different challenge. We hope you will join us to spread kindness led by our conscience as we count down into the virtual event on April 5th, 2021 this year. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.
Conscience in your heart, conscience in my heart, conscience in our hearts. Conscience is the guidance of the soul. Let us tell right from wrong. Conscience is the guidance of the soul. Gives us wisdom to tell true from false. Conscience is the calling from the soul. Guides us to do good deeds in our lives. Conscience is the eye of the soul. Lights up our lives and lights up the world. Conscience is within everyone. We are the ones with keys to open it. Do some good deeds for the world. Choose to be kind and polite to everyone. Give smiles to people around you. Follow the calling of conscience. Help others and help ourselves. Conscience in your heart, conscience in my heart, conscience